Ati hustling in the city, trying to get some feelings. Kila siku ni bidii, tukivumilia baridi. Sawa, Mr. Magode kwa mic juu kama kawa au sio? Si ati nini, check it, si ati nini, check it, ati hustling in the city, trying to get some feelings. Kila siku ni bidii, tukivumilia baridi. Wale laki, wale rithi, wako na mali bila bidii. Asubuhi wanaraukia maso, same kale na bibi. Daily tupa TV, propaganda jua ziishi. Innocent souls kushandwa kila siku mazishi. Vita jua ziishi, Wakenya tutishi. Form ni gani unye na ulichoidi maisha easy. Mapolisi, wanatusumbua daily ka easy. Kutisha za China, si wenyewe tunaweza kudishi. Corruption, Wakenya ni man ni fast option. Niacheza macho kwa Kenya ni mouth kama caption. East side, daily Johnny my feelings. West side, daily Johnny my feelings. Nyongala wapate mashini, so walipeza my buildings. So take care of themselves na bado walipeza my school fees. Bloody war, Kenya mazetu kwa wao. Wase wanapigana mabisi mapanga huko Baringo. Niko horrible, niko terrible, niko decimal, nisila kichwa niko bori bana. Nimebana sana, iko nimekenya kwa weka landa. Nili minasaka gaza kumanga na piga haso bani mini rama. Wadui mix kushata, wadui wameshika mashata. Wadui kila siku kusafa, kila siku kulala bila sapa bana. Kila siku ngangana, kutoka Nairobi mpaka Tinganga. Tukiwa na bogia kinanganga, kila siku mazeni kukazana. Tunaomba tutezana, kila siku tukisifua sana. Tukisifu Mungu tumadanda, tukipuka randa za kiasama. Reality na wapa, reality watena mawasha. Sina mabali ni papa, ma-advice ninawapa. Kila siku kuwapanga na reality sio panga. Tukikosa kujipanga, kila delita kuwa ni kisanga. Reality na wapa, reality watena mawasha. Sina mabali ni papa, ma-advice ninawapa. Kila siku kuwapanga na reality sio panga. Tukikosa kujipanga, kila delita kuwa ni kisanga.
Media for the 21st Codefire Radio Media for the 21st century.
Hamzamo family, welcome to the Rhythm Scoop Show right here on the Black Codefire Network Media for the 21st century. Being on the 6th day of the month of December, the year 2021, I want to welcome you so much to yet another interesting broadcast where we get to talk about arts, entertainment, and culture, and also news from around the continent of Africa. My name is Spikes, alongside my co-host Kate and Zoe.
Yes, I karibuni sana once again to the Rhythm Scoop Show. This is the Black Codefire Network Media for the 21st century. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, and I want to appreciate you once again for wishing me happy birthday. I had an amazing time with Kate here and some friends, and of course with Spikes here before us leaving the studio. And of course we're looking forward to interacting with you on our social media handles. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram. Karibuni sana. My name is Joby.
Yes, family, karibuni sana. Yet another Monday we are with you, bringing you nothing but positive vibes. I hope you got to enjoy your weekend and you had fun, and maybe you rested. Some of us, the weekends are for resting because on Monday to Friday we are at work. So I hope, family, you got an amazing you got a time to rest and you had an amazing weekend. And welcome to the show as we bring you nothing but positive vibes. My name is Katie.
And now, of course, we're also giving you some wonderful music. The last jam was actually a brand new one. That is by the one and only Paul Rudd. And of course, he is representing for Zambia. Apart from that, we also played you some track by Mr. Magodi and Lagzon. The name of the song is Reality and Dreams. And we hope that you are also getting to jam to that particular one. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time to be on the Black Codefire Network Rhythm Scoop Show. Like I said, today we are looking forward to having a wonderful time. What is the name of that club? You guys are at K. Williams is actually what the name of that club. You guys are at. We are not at a club. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But K. Williams, I hope that you're all doing well.
Probably making fun. We can see
We are just sharing with you bangers are on the track, and that was Reality and Dreams, well, one and only Mr. Magodi, like you said. And of course, that is Stop the BS. Like you said, on the Black Hot Fire Network, we also want to invite you to check us out on the official website. It's www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Once you are on the website, please feel free to create your own profile on the network website. You can also let us know how your weekend has been and how your week is going, how your day is going so far. I know that it might be early for some of you. Kay Williams, I don't know what time it is, wherever you might be tuning from, but I bet, it's still very, very early in the morning, but I'm hoping that you are excited and energized and are looking forward to a productive week. Which is the second week. And I used to I'm talking people, I was wondering what's going on.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on. But nonetheless, I'll be happy to have you, I'll be happy to have you, Kay Williams. And it's always a delight. Today we shall be discussing different issues that are happening across the continent of Africa. There has been an election that past weekend that was in Gambia. If you remember well, we had shared about this particular matter. And I was saying Adama Barrow was bound to win because he's an incumbent. And elections across the continent of Africa are normally a sham. So it's not really news that we are hearing that Adama Barrow has retained his seat as the president of the Gambia. The Gambia was actually a province of Senegal at some point, but they decided to go their own way and run their own country in their own independent kind of way. And right now they have a new leader. I have seen, we have had some of the family from the Black Hot Fire Network and also others touring the Gambia. For example, we did have, there's a time we were with, the Black Acres of the Gambia. I don't know how they are faring or whether they are exited. I would like to know. I will be checking out to see whether they make a commentary on the elections. Because for them, they have bought land there, coming all the way from Chicago, buying land in the Gambia, and of course being under that particular presidency. I believe one of the biggest problems that was going on with that election is the promises that had been made by that president, Adama Barrow. When he got into power, he said that one of the things that he would do is make sure that there is a peaceful transition if he lost elections, but he knew he wasn't going to lose. Therefore, that was just another promise. He also promised the young people jobs. Over 70% of the population in Senegal, they do not have jobs.
We've seen this history repeating itself every time, every now and then. Kate and I were just talking early in the morning. I did get to mention it on my show, and Kate also did get to mention it on our show, that especially concerning the matter that happened during the weekend about the 23 people who died in this particular bus. These are community, rather a place in the rural areas, which we have a governor of that particular place. We have MPs, we have different people coming from that source, and they know the issue that has been going on with this bridge. This is not the first incident that has happened. A lot has happened, but they watch it, they ignore it. Just because maybe one person has died because of them tripping on that river, that's okay for them. Or other two people have died, that is okay for them. I think it is enough, and we are tired of the manifestos of the politicians.
They never come to pass. They never make them. They never follow them up. But what I have noticed also is that some things do happen perennially. So I would also like to blame the people on it. For example, right now, if I did have, for example, in Bunyala, that there is a flood that has killed like 4 people, that would not really be news because around this particular time of the 8 floods, the thing that could be done is make sure that they have better disaster preparedness. So I would also blame them. Why would you wait? And around this particular time of the 8
sometimes these matters we bring them to ourselves because as I was talking about Wajir County, we all know that during this season we have drought and famine. So it is sometimes it is up to you, the citizens of the country, because we all know that the government doesn't care about you. So it is up to you to save your life. This is your life, not the government life. Sometimes it's a matter of using your brain and maybe maybe rescuing your life, because at this time of the year we should be having drought. It is sunny. At this time of the year it is very rainy. And we will be having the floods. So it is up to you. Sometimes it is not all about telling the government to
waiting on the government to do something. I know they have a responsibility, but not always a wish on the government.
What really hurts me the most is because during this incident, when this incident was happening, because me personally get to know about the information yesterday, and remember me talking to you about it, Kate, and I was like, this incident has happened, but again there's another governor who comes from the same, I don't want to say it is the same county, but he is related with the Kambani region, He goes ahead and said, for the newlyweds, rather for the people who are newly wedded, I'm supposed to award you 1 million to start a home foundation.
The governor of that county is Charity Ngilu.
I know it is Charity Ngilu, but again I think it is the the responsibilities of the politicians, the leaders, to take responsibility of what they're supposed to be doing. We see loans coming in and out of the country. What are you doing with these loans?
Okay,
What are you doing with this money?
Okay. And you know what? What hurt me most? I'm not even hurt by the thing that happened. What hurt me most is because you'll see this because we have elections come 2022. You'll see these politicians coming to try and getting votes with this bridge.
Some publicity.
Yeah,
Some publicity.
they'll
trying to act like they did the whole
like
thing.
like they care now. They want to make the bridge.
They are saying they are in solidarity with the local communities. Where have they been the whole time when this bridge was not actually even renovated? But nonetheless, family, thank you so much. We do have our sister Michelle Elizabeth. You're saying morning to you to Grand Rising. I hope that you're all doing well. And Kay Williams are saying peace to the wonderful sister Michelle. And you're saying it's 7:37 a.m. So it's pretty early. Yeah, I bet you're having your breakfast or you already had. But right here it's actually 18 minutes to 4 p.m. in Nairobi, Kenya. And we hope that you keep enjoying the vibes. As we get to the next jam, this is one of our favorites right here on the Blackwood Fan Network Rhythm Scoop Show. We like the jams with some wonderful Sauti Soul jams, and of course this one is known as Bald Man Anthem. And of course we hope that you stay jamming with us as we give you some wonderful Sauti Soul music. And this one is done by the one and only Bien, featuring Aaron Rimbui. Let me know what you think about this particular one, which is Bald Man Anthem. And of course just giving a quick shout out to everyone that does not have hair on their head, and and they are also saying that everyone has their own kind of have their own kind of have their own kind of a song that they feel.
Me, for the message that I got from the song is that you don't need your hair to look better. You don't need your head, because most of us we've grown saying that akili ni nywele, so like I don't know how to say in English, but akili ni nywele. You don't need your hair to be you don't need your hair to look brighter or something, but either way you still look good. But let the DJ take it over.
Let me give you some of these wonderful tracks. Let me know what you think about the song. It's one of the jams that you love to jam to right here on the Rhythm School. Let me know what you feel about the vibe. Okay. Seems like guys getting real musical right here.
This is Blackwood Fan Radio. Godfire Radio. Easy, slow.
That is the wonderful Indie Ari. I hope that you're getting Newsome with us. The name of the song is I Am Not My Hair, featuring the one and only Top Kun.
It is Spike trying to make it feel young.
No, I think everybody sounds celebrating.
I was even
especially
jealous.
their natural,
You know that song?
their natural.
No, I
their
don't.
natural-
No, she doesn't.
their
I
natural
don't
hair.
know the song, so I was feeling jealous. What are these guys doing? But
No,
it's okay.
It is a jam from I think it came out in the 2000s. About when was that?
Right.
Let me see what
I was young
when
too, but I
this
know
jam
the vibe.
came up. I can't really remember when this about 6 years ago. Yeah, it came out about 6 years ago, and I hope that everyone is jamming with us. India, I really get tell everyone that you should get to embrace yourself the way you are. You do not have curly hair for you to be beautiful, especially going out to the women, the young women on the continent of Africa. You'll find a lot of people hating themselves because of their hair. Sometimes you also find people think that if they did have hair like the wheels and all these sort of things, they will be much prettier than they are, which is not. This is a westernized version of beauty. You know, you're trying to find the Western standards of beauty, but India was rocking her afro, and she was doing the best. Rocking it her own way and being so confident of herself. We are back with the Rhythm Scoop Show, and we hope that you are jamming with us. We shall be discussing different issues taking place on the beautiful continent. We also call it Al-Kebulan, and you are in time for some updates are coming all the way. Of course, this is from South Africa. There is a situation that you have been talking about. This was a kid. We said the other day that if you go, for most people, when they go to South Africa, they don't want to come back home. Kenyans, they want to go to South Africa and then stay there for like a week and then say, okay, I want to be working here. I'm not going back to Kenya because South Africa is really developed. But there is a group which are the people from Zimbabwe. For me, I don't like to call them Zimbabweans because there are some people who speak the same language in Zimbabwe, the same language in South Africa. So it's just one big community. But what is happening right now is that South Africa has said it will not be extending a Zimbabwe exemption permit because the cabinet of the South African government announced that the Zimbabwean exemption permit, which expires on 31st December, will not be renewed. About 182,000 Zimbabweans who hold the permit were given a year's grace to migrate to other permits to allow them to stay in South Africa. But right now they're being told that your permit will not be extended for you to stay in South Africa. You better get back home. And I think it's crazy. So the ZEP, this Zimbabwean exemption permit, which is a ZEP, holders should apply for other permits appropriate to their particular status or situation. And those who are not successful will have to leave South Africa or be deported back into their own country, which is really crazy because if you do get to ask me, I think they should allow the people of Zimbabwe to continue working in South Africa because they're just one and the same. I don't know what your thoughts are, Kid.
For me, I think it is true. I totally agree with that. And I was just asking myself the other day that, what is it that they are going to do? I think there's something, I'm trying to relate to the issue, but there's something that happened in Zimbabwe that I was just asking myself. It's the lockdown, actually. South Africa has closed a lot of, a lot of countries, like due to the COVID and to the rises of the big shots, the big ugali shot and all that stuff. So right now I was just asking myself, they are demanding, rather asking the Zimbabwean people to leave South Africa. So they're supposed to leave, they're jobless, you cannot renew your job. What do they expect you to do? If you go back to your country, we know that Zimbabwe
is right now the economic situation.
It is destroyed economically and a lot of things. Of course, people try and also get back to the normal. I think it is going to be so hard for them. But I do hope at the end of the day that things are going to be okay. And if only we had leaders, and this is what I was saying actually early in the morning, that if we need to make a change in our country, and it's a high time people need to see that. I'm tired of saying that we need leaders to do this and this. Let's start with a community, a community where we need to solve our own problems, come and talk about our own issues. Then from there, we'll be able to make our way forward, even without the government itself, That is what personally I think. But I do hope at the end of the day, the Zimbabwe people are going to be okay.
I think someone might come up on the show and say, "Oh, you guys like to complain so much. You guys are always talking about this." But nonetheless, no, I'm just saying someone might come up on the show, and I think that you guys like to complain about.
But it is the negativity that is surrounding the African continent.
No. I think sometimes it's because of the lack of proper leadership. Because at the end of the day, I think for me, if you're from South Africa, you would actually just make the regional bloc work. We do have the South African Development Corporation, which brings together member countries from the southern part of the continent. Why wouldn't you now allow people to move really in that region or in that trade bloc, and allow people to trade goods and also move and work in the same countries? You would be able now to have people moving from Zimbabwe going to work in Namibia without a lot of problems. Coming from Namibia, going to work in Botswana, South Africa, working in Swaziland. So it would be much easier, because they would be able to explore the full potential of the Southern African region. And even for the whole continent of Africa, if people are able to move from Kenya, go work freely in Ghana, then that would be even much better without having to have all these restrictions. I know our work permit is very good, because it also helps people also know what you are doing and what you have in that country. But then again, it's also very important that people ease these restrictions on other Africans. If we came together as an African people, then it would make a whole lot of sense. Derek Askin, you're saying our reparations now. Thank you so much for joining us, Derek Askin. I bet it's very early in the morning, but it's never too early to demand reparations anywhere you might be as a black person in the world. Your thoughts, Katie, on Zimbabwe's being chased out?
I was thinking that we are one big community, so there's nobody who should be denied access to another African country. If you're an African person, you shouldn't be denied the right to go to another African country. We are one big family, and that's what people don't get. That's what people don't get when they came up and settled this, or they build up this block that have borders that hinders you from going to one country to the other. And I agree with you that we should be working as one nation, one big nation, because we are one big family, and people should come together and unite and maybe work together. Because telling me I should not go to Tanzania because I have this and this and this, and I should be having this and this and this, it doesn't make sense. This is one big continent. Like in the other continents, you don't see whatever.
Especially in the European Union, in Europe especially, they move freely.
They move freely. You can go to wherever you want. You can walk to wherever you want. But in Africa, in Africa, we've been taught to live like enemies. But it is up to us now to wake up and see we are one big community and unite and work things out together, and this will be much easier. Our lives will be much easier.
I agree, because at the end of the day, people still hold up these boundaries and think that they are supposed to govern as how we operate and how we treat each other. But you remember before 1884 family, before the Berlin conference that was organized, was spearheaded by Otto von Bismarck, the Chancellor of Germany. Then the goal was really to persuade the other leaders, the other European, let me not even call them leaders, but these are the other Europeans to also come and divide the country into small pieces. Before 1884, going back into 1883, going back into 1882, 1880, we did not have a country known as Kenya, we did not have a country known as Tanzania. neither did you have Zimbabwe, or neither did you have even Zambia, which is southern and northern Rhodesia. All of them were just, you know, just Africa. 1884, yeah, 1884.
Oh, before colonization.
Yeah, before colonization. We did not have those countries. We did not have anything like Niger or Central Africa Republic. All of them, we were just at Africa. We had different kingdoms, yeah, but they were not countries, and you will still traverse from Egypt going to West Africa, from West Africa going to Southern Africa. You'll be able to do that freely. But of course, there has been a push by the African Union, which is being known as the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which I believe would also, if it was to be actualized, then it would enable people to move freely, and also enable people to also work in countries that they deem fit for them in terms of opportunities. I know many people want to go to South Africa. We have already deciphered that is because it's very, very much urban and it's all developed, but not everyone would fit in South Africa. Even in our own countries, let's also work on developing infrastructure in our own countries. Zambia is doing the same. Yeah.
I was really surprised in the morning because I came along a certain story, considering that the plantation of bang, rather the selling of bang, especially in Kenya, or maybe then other African countries, it is wrong, and if you are caught, you're going to be charged with a lot of money. But I was really surprised actually by this certain story, and I was asking myself, why is it that the South Africa, if it is earning profit from other African countries, which made me so happy, but again they have to chase away other African people from their own continent, rather from their own country, which is so crazy. And it is about the bank supply, which is bringing a lot of profit, not only to the South Africans but also to Africans, which I'll talk about. But I think it is a high time also for Africans to also come, unite and also be able to, if only we could exchange resources amongst ourselves, rather create even job employments even within our own countries, because this is a South African country. Zambians have found opportunity there. They're willing to settle and work hard, not because you're getting anything for free. You're working, right? You're gaining something and earning a life there. I wish if only they could find a way in which the African continent could find a way in how we could trade amongst ourselves, create employment, regain back our strength, because that is one of the way of also regaining back our strength, creating one currency, which we've been talking about for so long, and a lot of things, because that is one of the ways of also uniting Africans. Because if I go to Tanzania and I received so much love than I received in my own country, which will make me love these people even more. I'm not creating or rather trying to promote hate, but you need to feel love, and we need this amongst our African people.
I agree with you, because at the end of the day, people need to break away these barriers in terms of even the boundaries, the languages, and also other things like that. But nonetheless, there is a question that of course came out to my mind the other minute, and of course I have seen some of the Blackwood family really interested in knowing a couple of things that have to do with the traveling to Africa. Some of the family have had the opportunity to come and travel into Africa. Other people have not had the opportunity to come and travel, see what's good on the continent. But there is a question that might be asked commonly, which is what is the best month to travel to Africa? We know it depends on what place you're going in Africa. Africa is not a country; it's too big,
right.
So the best place that might be, the best time that might be to go travel to Rwanda might not be the best time to go to Egypt. But nonetheless, we shall be taking a short music break, and when we come back, we shall be letting you know what is the best time to travel to Africa. Whether you're coming from the Caribbean, from Europe, from South America, wherever you might be coming from. What is the best time to travel to Africa? We shall be letting you know right after the short music break. The name of the next jam is I Don't Care, by the one and only Starkey Darkos. I hope you love it. Karibuni sana, welcome back to the Rhythm Scoop Show on the Blackwood Financial Media for the 21st century. Being 4 minutes past 2 p.m. I think the time check is brought to you courtesy of Derek Askew. I think are you still with us? You say reparations now, and I'll put up the flame on it. Thank you so much for giving us our broadcast. We shall be letting you know what time is the best to visit the continent of Africa. Some people have put forward different ideas. One of them have been that you have to check the temperature when it's not really too hot, and it says that the seasons in Africa are opposite in the North American seasons. So autumn runs from March through to May, and spring runs from September through to November. And according to the Weather Channel, the best general months for African safari are September, October, March, or April. When the temperatures are not scorching hot.
I thought so. March should be there because the weather is so chilled during March. Yeah.
And also, I think
I know why Kate is saying March, but it is agreed. You must be specific. You must like consider.
I just think that the weather is so cool during
around September. So anyone who might want to visit the continent, feel free and knock yourself out. October.
December. I thought
sometimes
there's an influx of people traveling, and also there's an influx of people traveling. So not urge anyone to come visit around December because there's a lot of tourist activity on the continent. But apart from that, I also want to give you highlights of some of the 10 safest places to visit on the continent. Not every other country is safe, which is a fact. Somalia might not be a good idea to go to at the moment, but nonetheless, I want to take you all the way to some of the best places you can visit.
Sound like a joke?
No, it's what it is. You might get blown up, but nonetheless.
That's wanting to go to Somalia.
No, you might have an interest. No, you want to go see Somali rock art or go see how the markets.
I don't think Somalia is that developed. Even if you were to go, there's nothing.
There's not a lot of things enticing, but every other country has something beautiful. You say every other cloud has a silver lining. So even if Somalia is not is sort of laid back, there's still something positive. But yes. Let me share with the family some of the places that perhaps I'll consider best to travel and visit on the continent. One of them has to be Rwanda. Rwanda, we have been to Rwanda twice, which was a wonderful experience. I also believe the family can also conquer that Rwanda is easy and it's chilled. And we were there in April and also in December. So I would know that in April it rains a lot. If you have watched the movie known as Sometimes in April that was acted by Idris Elba, you have seen them showing that around April, even when the genocide started happening in 1994, it was around April when people were getting killed, and as the genocide happened. So in April, it's it's a little bit rainy in Rwanda, but you can still go and see what's good because you can still be able to move around. Then also in December, I think also in December the weather wasn't so bad. It was raining around that time. Because the city is surrounded by hills, but nonetheless, December and April, I have been there. I would say it's just easy. Apart from that, you can go to Botswana. Botswana is also good. I've seen many tourist companies investing in Botswana. But the thing is, the Muzungus are the ones that are investing in these companies. You'll find German companies, Italian companies, and also French companies, having a big interest in Botswana. Apart from that, you might also like to go to an island country, which is Mauritius. Mauritius is a beautiful country. It's chill. You might also decide to go to Seychelles and Seychelles, which is also another island country. The thing with island countries is that you are always welcome. You will not find, even when they're talking about the elections, you're still welcome. Even when there's an election tomorrow, you will not even notice it because they are very, very calm and peaceful. We also do have Namibia. You can also decide to go to Namibia. Namibia, I have seen a channel. I was following a channel on YouTube. I'm trying to remember the name. I don't remember the name, but there's a channel where you do see some, it shows the wildlife in Namibia. They have some wildlife. I think it includes the sable antelopes. I'm not sure what breed of antelope that is, but they have some wonderful animals and wildlife that you can get to enjoy. Apart from that, we have Ethiopia. I would now put it a question or question mark on Ethiopia because right now Ethiopia is not really great at the moment. Due to the weather that is happening right now, so not advice anyway. But apart from that, you have Morocco and Lesotho, which makes it to number 8. Those are the countries. Maybe.
I'm surprised Kenya is not there.
I know, right?
I don't know.
Why did they leave our country?
The only country that I'm surprised is not there is Tanzania. Tanzania is really also a wonderful place to go visit. So Tanzania has not been labeled as one of the best places to visit on the continent. In Tanzania, we do have a lot of wildlife that you can see. The Serengeti, you can even ascend the Kilimanjaro. A lot of places you can go see in Tanzania, but it has not been put up on there, but nonetheless, you were asking which is the best month to go for an African safari. and we were sharing with you a couple of months. Of course, being around also October will also be a good time to come visit and see what goes on. You might also ask yourself which country has the best weather in Africa, and they say South Africa. They say South Africa has the best weather. I'm not certain. I have had situations when South Africa, some places get too dry and hot. So I would say Rwanda myself, and even I would say Rwanda and Kenya. I would say Rwanda and Kenya has good weather. But on this report, they say that South Africa has the best weather on the continent. So if you're going trying to do a safari, you might decide to start with South Africa, and then go up all the way to Rwanda, and then maybe from Rwanda jump to all the way to the top Morocco and Egypt. Those are some of the few recommendations that we are sharing with you. Mr. Zo, you're saying a jumbo to you too. I hope that you're doing well. You're saying, that is the Dexter Robinson right there. We were discussing about what is happening with South Africa, and we were saying that it has been saying it will not renew the work permits or the permits for people from Zimbabwe, which is crazy. I would think the best thing would have to enable even more Zimbabwean people to come into the country and enjoy, the opportunities, and also even spark opportunities, because some Zimbabweans are also investing in their country. But because of the divide and conquer, that is why we do have this particular problem that is facing them.
Zimbabwe does have a president, right?
Yeah, they do.
What I'm not trying to understand is that
Mr. Emerson Mnangagwa.
Why is it that your people are suffering? As much as yes, they don't care. Why is it that your people are suffering while you're there in power, not doing anything?
They say the people have been trying even to go to the streets.
It is the same thing as in Africa, but we are tired of that. We are tired. That's why you're saying every time we're speaking of something, we're speaking of something negative.
No, we also do have positive stories. So family, make sure you tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow we do have a lot of positive stories. We do have a lot of positive stories to share. We shall be taking a short music break, but when we come back, we also do have news and updates from Market and Zobi. This is Strictly Love by Lex the Wolf. The Spotify streams, the Spotify, what do you call them, statistics have come out. What I've been seeing artists do is showing their screenshot or snapshots of their views, their streams. So everyone has been bragging about, now I have about 500,000 streams on Spotify. But I was asking some of these that is, show me the money. Yeah, you have caption, you have now, you put a screenshot.
Spotify does not pay?
You do, but on the continent of Africa, you will find that it started the other day. We did have, last year we did not have Spotify in Kenya and in Nigeria. But it actually came up in around, when did it come up? I think around maybe March, probably in March around there, I can't remember what. But now we do have Spotify in Kenya, Spotify in South Africa, Spotify in Nigeria, countries that are really known for putting out a lot of music. But in as much I might see some of the young artists showing off their streams, I was just getting to ask them now, where is the money? But anyhow, we shall be jamming to this particular one, Triple Love by Lexa Wolf. I saw Lexa Wolf also putting up these snapshots. I will be asking him where is the money, but it's all love.
It's another one. You just better move too fast, girl. Slow it down. Cause I'm the same. Take another round. See, I know how you come my way, but I know that you are. We love
that is a little bit of some good vibes. Trippy Love by Lexa Wolf, like I said, representing for Nigeria. And of course, we are examining right here on the Rhythm Scoop Show. In case you're joining us for the very first time, you are very, very much welcome. And now, of course, we hope that everything is going well for you and your family this particular time of the year. And today we shall also be looking at what's happening in other parts of the continent of Africa. But so I don't know if you have also, you still have get to meet up with some of the community from Senegal when you're moving around in Denver. I am not sure whether you still get to meet up with some of those the community. I understand there's a very, very big Senegalese community in Denver. Therefore, you might still also need to learn some local Senegalese languages. I was checking up the other minute and I found that Wolof is a main spoken language in Senegal. You might decide so to teach yourself a little bit of some Wolof, so it would be easier for you interacting with some of these families, some of these communities from Denver who come from Senegal. Personally, I do not know, many people do speak French in Senegal. It's the first language, but we still have Wolof. Personally, I cannot speak French. When we were in Rwanda, I was surprised to find that people do balance. Many people do know French and English, because at some point the French were running the country and they still do speak a lot of French, but you will still find a lot of English speakers. For most countries on the continent, you do find them either speaking French or either speaking in English. You will not find a lot of countries speaking Portuguese apart from Angola and Equatorial Guinea. But yes, it's important that the family also gets to learn a language or two. For the family, I would love to know how many languages can you speak. And I think please do not count English, because I think English has been made, with these colonization of the mind, not really colonization, but with these how the system of global white supremacy, people do speak in English. But please, family, also do let us know what languages that you can speak. Personally, I do have my vernacular, Swahili and English. Those are some beautiful languages. Nonetheless, we do have some updates from Ken and Zoe.
Yeah, I want to still go back to the matter that I was talking about in this, because of the profit and the trading that is happening between Kenya and South Africa due to the marijuana juice, which is actually a medicine. And of course, we've seen some countries, especially right in the African continent, which have been transporting bang, including Uganda to Italy to France, and we also have right now Kenya. And I was just surprised because I've seen some people in Kenya being arrested because of the plantation of bang. So it's quite clear that while these people are really arrested, the government does not terminate all these the plants, rather this particular cure. I can just call it a cure. Instead,
cannabis,
they make
bang. I think Zoe and Derek might not know what you mean when you say bang.
Oh, okay.
This cannabis.
They're making profit out of what people are really working hard on, because right now they have made 147 million right here in Kenya due to the transportation of this cannabis into South Africa. They're saying a Kenyan national with a conventional idea of infusing marijuana into fruit juice has found success in South Africa. And speaking to the press, that is in the DRC, Commissioner of the DRC Congo on Friday, on 3rd of December, a businessman disclosed that since founding the company Black Weed Nation in 2018, has sold 35,000 bottles to drink in the hospital. And this is actually in the hospital. They first introduced this as a cannabis oil, and when patients consumed it, they found that it was actually somehow kind of reducing the nerves. You're okay just in the hospital, you're not
you're relaxed.
You're relaxed, you're just okay, you're not traumatized or anything, because when you go to the hospital, most of the people are traumatized. But I think personally this is a good idea, and if only the rest of the African countries can do the same, excluding the leaders. Because you have the leaders, as I said once again, once you're caught here in Kenya, you're going to be charged a lot of money. The cannabis is going to be destroyed. While in other African countries, this is actually something that is being used as a medicine and which is bringing profit to the country. But you find that the African mentality, which is like, oh, marijuana is supposed to, it makes you crazy, oh, marijuana does this. I think all this is just nonsensical, which is beneficial to the leaders, and they should stop that.
I believe he's making a killing with these. I see he made 147 million shillings from cannabis juice. I have no idea how he prepares it, or how people. I have a couple of questions regarding this. And I'm just on, and I've checked them out. They are on Facebook. I have seen some of the packaging. In the packaging is nice. But when it comes to things that you drink, I always ask the questions about preservatives. How do you make sure that you're preserving this thing? So some of the time the different people using chemicals as preservatives, but nonetheless, that is just my thinking of maybe.
That could be the problem, but if they are using like cannabis and some original fruits, which is
if it's organic, I'm not sure of how people do get to say to preserve drinks with organic waste. But nonetheless, our family, I will be getting into, I will be doing a little bit of research to find out how people do get to do their storage or their preservation of cannabis. Because this Kenyan, he has gone into South Africa and he's making a big buck really by just getting to use to sell and to package and sell these cannabis juice. I think it comes like from what I did see, I have in the packaging right here. Real quick, I have in the packaging, and I have a couple of questions regarding the same. But nonetheless, thank you so much, family, for joining us on the Rhythm Scoop Show. Today, I want to also update us on what is happening with Nigeria, because Nigeria has also been put up on the list of countries that have actually been banned, from other people going into the UK. We do have a lot of Nigerians in the UK, especially working in the health sector. We have talked about the nurses, that work in the health sector in the UK. Nigerian nurses in the UK healthcare sector, there are a big number of them. But right now they have been added onto that list of people that have, will not be allowed to go into Nigeria. I do believe they are doing this for a reason, but I always keep on questioning. You will never hear of an African country that has put a ban on the UK. People from the UK come to the country, never works like that. That is only a problem I have when it comes to these these travel bans. But I believe at some point when Africa will also come of it, that they would also be able to make their own demands. You can make your own terms. You can make people travel on your own terms. Like now the UK has said, these Nigerians cannot get back there. The Nigerians, they have said it's temporary, but they are claiming it's because of the Omicron. But it's the same Nigerians working in the healthcare sector. It's the same Nigerians who are helping them do things. I think without the Nigerians, the healthcare sector of the UK, there would be a big problem. There would be a big deficit of nurses. Yes, I would believe that. But hi, kid, welcome to the broadcast.
How's everybody doing? My voice a little bit better. I told you, with Sister Michelle's remedy, and me walking around Pensacola butt ass naked.
You probably taking that cannabis juice that Joby is hiding.
I took that gin. I didn't know who I was. They said, "Sir, are you lost?" I said, "Who am I? Do you know who I live?" They said, "You got no clothes on. What's going on?" I was drinking gin.
I told you. I said that is some Thursday story that you have over there. It seems you have a history with the gym.
I was thinking you'd be like Mr. What do you call this cartoon animated? The animated cartoon that was being told that he's drunk and he was arguing with the cop. He was saying, "I'm not drunk."
Mr. Turner.
Yeah, Mr. Turner. You turn into a Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner. And they were asking you, "Sir, have you had too much of a gin to drink?" And you say no, and then you'll be told to really do the test.
I said it was a young African girl, Kenya named Katie.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce her name because I'm too drunk right now. Katie Ndungu or something. What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? I'm about to lock your ass up. I said, her name is KG Ndungu or something like that. But I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
You ask, are you drunk and driving? And you say, I might be driving, but I'm not drunk. I may be drunk, but I'm not driving. Anyhow, family, thank you so much for...
I'm drunk, but I'm not driving.
Thank you, family, for joining us on the broadcast. I was thinking about...
you should have played that, Spike. You should have played that. You should have put it on the playlist so Kate and them know what you're talking about. They laughed their ass off. They heard that.
That was an argument with the cops. I will try to cue it. As we get into it up, I will try to cue it up. But I was saying that there is a problem with the South African, and we have been talking about it. They are saying that they will not be extending the permits for the Zimbabweans because there are special permits that they allow, the Zimbabweans to be in South Africa.
Of course,
but now they are saying they will not allow them to have these permits. The permits are expiring at the 31st of December, and they will not be renewed. So you can see the kind of a problem that these people are having right now.
They're not going to allow it because they don't have enough jobs for the South African black people there. And they're always going to put out other Africans because those are the easiest target because the African has no power, has no money. It's not like Zimbabwe is going to fight for the Zimbabweans to stay in South Africa. They got no power.
They won't.
So they're gonna be pushed back into a more impoverished country than South Africa. And they got nothing but despair and poverty when they go across the border to Zimbabwe.
I remember when Rumbi was saying that she needs to go to South Africa to get a phone. When she gets to South Africa, they will be deporting her ass. They will be taking her back to Zimbabwe. We are deporting you. You cannot come buy a phone here. You will not come get a phone here.
I thought I was going to send her to South Africa. I said, Rumbi, if I see you in South Africa, get a phone, will it be easier? He said, yeah, keep it a little bit less expensive. But, you know, they the South Africans that come after me, and, you know, I got family in South Africa. I said, I'm sure you can do, Rumbi. He said, but, you know, when you go to South Africa, especially Johannesburg, they're robbed. They're knock you over your head. You got to put your cell phone up in your coochie. I said, what?
That's a problem.
You got to put it up in your what? Your hoo-ha? Yeah, because they're searching. They won't search into your private. I said, Rumbi, how do you get a cell phone in your coochie? How do you get that phone? Oh, we just lost the lights.
No, we have been a bit overheat. Yeah.
Okay. I said, see you guys. You guys are good.
Carry on. You saying she couldn't get a phone?
No, remember I bought a phone in Harare. I paid more money. The phones are always more expensive in Africa than they are anywhere else because you guys don't make revolution. Why don't people pay for us to do our podcast? Because you don't make nothing in Africa, Spikes. You got no brand, no manufacturing brand, so no one's gonna pay you to do no podcast because you got no manufacturing in. That's where the payment comes from, the commercials of advertising certain brands. That's why Africa doesn't get any respect as far as somebody paying you to do shows because there's no manufacturing in Africa. So when I went to I can remember when G-Man was in town and we was looking at them phone prices. He was like, God damn, these phones are high. I said, welcome to Africa where everything is 3 times as higher. Like, you just don't, African prices don't make no sense.
And you see, you see what has happened when Ethiopia is trying to make up, it's down to have the energy working and also to have set up industries. There will always be a problem. And I'm even wondering, you remember when we were in Rwanda? When we were in Rwanda, they were saying they own a company. They own a company that makes their phones. It was known as Amara. There was a company in Rwanda. Yeah, company in Rwanda. They were saying they make it, but I think it's not even locally owned. I have doubts that it's locally owned. So I would think they would assemble.
I think it was the Chinese. Cooperative where the Rwandans own 51% and the Chinese own 50%.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And that's got to work. As long as you got majority ownership in it, and the technology has got to be shared after 5 years. You must teach the Africans to make the phone themselves. That's how Africa's supposed to do. You want to come in and do business in Africa and share our resources, okay, we'll build a factory here. We'll put jobs for my people here. And in 3 to 5 years, you will transfer technology to the Africans so they can build it themselves.
But how do you change that?
Like they do in China.
How do you change that mentality that because when I was telling you one in the morning, you spoke the same issue, and I told you Africans we have fear. One, where you don't believe in yourself like that much,
Exactly right.
Even if you want to, come up with something, even if
you're so smart, you said it so wise.
After you,
that's what Dr. John Henry Clark said. That's what Dr. John Henry Clark said. When we got conquered, African mind has been shattered. Go, Josh. Go ahead.
Like the mentality is so shattered in such a way. Even if you want to think beyond, like I was saying, we have skills. Like Africans, we are blessed with skills where you don't even know. You don't need to go to school for you to produce anything. We've seen some people who even dropouts of maybe the primary school. They invent something, but the Mzungu, the Chinese person, is always called to ensure this stuff.
Because they got the money, Joby. You're the creator, but you have no financing to back what you want to do. You can't, like you said, money without, you have financing, capital to create your dreams. Not no capital, so your vision gets stolen. You know the majority of bitches that you use actually were paid by African American. Just the bitches you got on the world stage because by the Africans over the
Your audio is not clear. There's a problem with your audio. Again, we'll hear what you're saying.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a problem.
how about now?
Okay, you're
Good.
much better. Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Oh, I was saying,
Yeah.
most of your inventions that you have today
Yeah.
were invented by the African American,
Mm.
and they were never compensated for those inventions. The stoplight, African American. The combustible train, African American. All these inventions, the car that you ride around in Nairobi, is created by African American out of Ohio. But the African American didn't get any money from it. It was stolen by white people.
Mm.
So the car you drive in, you don't even know, was created by a black person.
Mm.
The stoplight that you use in Nairobi, created by African American. But just so many inventions.
Mm.
So the thing is, you must have capital.
Mm.
Let me be so. The ignorance in Africa is the problem. Okay, you got you, Spikes, and Katie. I wouldn't include even Spike's cousin Tosh. You're not the norm. Africa is so backwards, so ignorant that so we got to get rid of the ignorance first.
Mm.
That's the hardest thing. Because when you're ignorant, that's why you're always scared. You don't know anything. You're caught in fear and not understanding anything. Just like when you told me about you, Katie, with over your friend's house or over Katie's, everybody you guys are over. You guys were telling the truth, and one guy said, "How do you guys know all this stuff? This is the truth."
Abu. Yeah, he was shocked.
Said the alien. Katie said the aliens told them. That is what Katie said. Katie had to make them another secret. The ancestors came back in her dream and they gave her a download. They gave her a download of all these information. That is how she knows what she knows. Next time, so you saying she put headphones. It's too early in the morning to be that vulgar on the continent. Prices on the African continent are expensive for two main reasons. So one, the price on the African out of the market are where they can afford the products and thus have access to current technology. Sorry, let me come again. Number one, the price to price the African out of the market where they can't afford the products and thus have access to current technology. I would agree with that. And you say now for two reasons. I'm also waiting to see what is the next other reason why prices on the continent are, the prices of commodities on the continent are very high. There was someone who was doing a video.
Also because of racism.
No, there was a brother who was doing a video and he was saying, his American dollar goes further in Ghana, now he can live as a buffer class above everyone else, the African. But he's dummy. He's a dumb because he does not know that when you go to buying these phones, when you go to buying these iPhones in Ghana, they are also expensive. In as much as you may say your dollar is going further, the products are also very, very expensive. Do not be lied to that when you come in Africa you will be living like a king because your money goes further. The same items that you're talking about, they are expensive. They are like double. So there's also a bit of a disconnect with that.
Just like when you go to the grocery store in Kenya or Tanzania and you buy these brands that you usually buy in America, they cost you little to nothing. Like cookies, like Oreo cookies, the biscuits, cost you like $1 or something. You go to Tanzania, it costs you $10.
Yeah.
It costs you $10 in Nairobi.
Yeah.
The prices don't make no damn sense. And they do that on purpose because that's discrimination against African people. To overcharge them for shit.
Do you think?
No,
do you think that also makes it difficult, for example, for the diaspora to also come back on the continent or to have any interest?
I told you, you must go back and create jobs for African people. You can't come back looking for a job. You don't get paid nothing in Africa because there are no manufacturing. Manufacturing is what runs the world. So Africa learns to be better and build manufacturing. Stop being scared, but like Joby said, they're scared of everything. Scared of their own damn shadow. So the African man stopped being a simp punk and said, I gotta make sure I build for my grandchildren at all costs. Manufacturing. Everything's in Africa. All I gotta do is build manufacturing plants to bring added value, which now of course the Europeans are gonna come.
But
Okay, we know that. There's gonna be war.
There has to be a war. They're not giving up on Africa.
how do you do that if you don't even value your own resources? You know, you don't even value your own resources. Because personally, if I were to relate to the the same issue, because I think I had like a very clear vision, and despite me not knowing the truth at that time, like with where the gold mining is happening at my dad's place, how is it that you can create your own manufactory, or rather even come up with your own system while you don't value what you even have in your own continent? You don't even know the value of it. You know, it is.
You don't know it.
crazy.
The ignorance is so deep, Joe, that you don't know it. How do you know what you got?
Because even despite like me, after me seeing like how people used to do like you wake up early, like in 6 a.m. and you know it's like 6 to 6, you know, type of work. You're doing the gold mining. You're trying to clear them. You come do some. This is how they do it. You know, I know the whole process. Like this is how you do it. But at the end of the day, after you getting this money, you find, especially in the rural areas, you find someone after getting this money because he's a drunkard, he'd rather go spend that money on him getting drunk, coming back home and making
And
noise.
also understand what Joby just said.
Makes sense.
Joby just said. See, that's why. Hold on, Joby. Let me address what you just said, sweetheart. They brought alcohol to all people because they know you is foolish. I don't drink alcohol. Because that's produce foolishness.
Keep your audio is bad.
I don't drink alcohol because it causes you to be foolish, to do stupid stuff. That's why they introduced it.
We are losing your audio. Too. Yeah, we are losing your audio. I can't really make out the thing. Is there an underground?
I'm saying that drinking of alcohol and all these foolish traditions didn't come from African people. We drank non-alcoholic beverages. It was still considered a beer, but it was now alcoholic. Remember, all these alcoholic beverages lower your vibration. The ignorance in Africa is crazy. Gee, you don't drink? Hell no, I don't drink. Because that's how the Europeans learned how to conquer a lot of places, by bringing in this alcohol, like they did over here to the Indian here. Stayed all drunk, like they did to the Aborigine in Australia, the blacks there. Kept them drunk, confused, while they stole everything from them. Now, why the hell would I be worried about drinking if I'm starting a gold mining business? That'd be the furthest thing from my mind to be drinking anything. I would want to be sober, and then how to manufacture this gold into finished products, necklaces, rings, and other things.
But the African has all the time to drink because they're not busy doing anything a lot of being
That's why, and that's why they stay losing.
And also
that's why we stay losing.
There is a question that you are asking, so I think the answer is in the negative. You're asking, does an African think tank exist? I think no. If it exists, then it is run by the European.
No,
you cannot have a think tank which is a group of people bringing together solutions, or people who are brainstorming, or people who are forging solutions for the continent. We do not have that on the continent.
There's not one African think tank nowhere on the planet. Nowhere, from America to Africa to the Caribbean to South America. Nowhere. While the Zulu got hundreds of them where they pay to think and work wicked deals on African people. Africans don't think, they're ready to party and drink.
I think the reality we are seeing right now is as a result of a think tank that had put up these ideas for what is happening right now, maybe 50 years ago. So they are now putting in place, what was done maybe 70 or 100 years ago. And they are now having another plan, maybe right now, that is being developed right now for maybe 2100 or 2095. So, in as much as you might think that we are competing, we are still far behind in terms of the competition.
Why is Katie looking all sneaky while passing the phone back and forth to Joby? We see you, Katie, pass the phone.
Passing the phone. But nonetheless, we are almost up with the broadcast. I want to thank you for joining us on the show today. Thank you so much. So, your points are actually very, very funny, and they are making a whole lot of sense. I had to share them on the network.
Joby was showing me that comment. I'm not drunk, though.
And
I was just joking.
What is that? Caleb drunk?
Zoe is saying that I'm drunk. I'm not.
But Tariq, you're saying that Tariq can send his museum to fund an African think tank? No, he wouldn't. He'd rather build himself a big house that will pay his mortgage. But nonetheless, family, thank you so much for being with us on the broadcast. As we're winding up.
I missed the whole show.
You missed the show right there. But I really want to thank you so much for giving us this platform, and also for Zoe. Your points are very, very legacy point, and they are very, very important. And Sister Michelle, Asante Sana, Derek asked you. You also did us a little bit earlier on. We also do have a Tosh. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. It's always a delight to have you too. Yeah, he did. And of course, he was also, and of course, we hope that everyone gets to enjoy the rest of the afternoon. For now, we'll leave you the
hey, you gotta reach me today. Because we gotta get Tanzania worked out. I need to get a conference call. We gotta work out Tanzania. I gotta work it out.
Yeah, let's do a conference call. Let's do a conference call after this. This is Joe Dance, by the one on the Dexter Wolf. Much peace and love, family.
Hold on, Spike. When we leave, play Mr. Turner there.
Let me play about Mr. Turner here. Show the family what's going on with Mr. Turner, saying he is not drunk. Yeah, he is not going to check any test, and the cops will also not tell him anything because he does not follow what the cops are telling him. Mr. Turner is drunk. He's drunk. Let me share with the family here the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah, it's Mr. Turner is drunk. Let me share it real quick as we wind up. Thank you so much, family, for being with us.
Hey, she must be getting him some pussy. Mr. Turner, don't even want to hear that shit. Hey, Mr. Turner,
are you going to do the physical performance test?
Well, I do the physical performance test, but like I said, I was drinking, but I wasn't motherfucking driving.
Sir,
the motherfucker say what he wanted,
are you going to do the
Hey,
physical
you see what I
performance
say?
test? Put your head back and close your eyes.
You close your eyes?
Sir, I'm not doing the test.
No, you close your motherfucking eyes.
Sir.
Huh?
Tilt your head back and
If you
close
can't
your
close your
eyes.
eyes, why I got to close my motherfucking eyes?
Because you are the one that's taking the test.
Huh?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
Did you tilt your head back and close your eyes?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
Did you drop?
Sir, are you refusing this test?
No. Yeah, I'm refusing the motherfucking test.
All right, refuse the test.